Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Go Bar Adventures. Today we are in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, alongside the Stones River. Murfreesboro is a place that I've called home for the last 10 years. It's a pleasant little small town vibe growing into a large city. Some can almost consider this a suburb of Nashville. And today what is inspiring my adventure, our adventure, Go Bar Buddies, is the bloody battle that took place here during the Civil War. I think this may be the bloodiest battle that took place during the entire Civil War. It happened right here in Murfreesboro, right alongside the Stones River. All right, guys, I'm going to read you a little bit about the history here. We are at Stones River Battlefield Cemetery. Let me read you a little history here about the battle itself. So here it says, in late December of 1862, Union and Confederate forces clashed at the Battle of Stones River, right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Confederate General Braxton Braggs and his 35,000 troops successfully attacked the 42,000 strong Union force, commanded by Major General William Rosecrans, and I may have butchered that name, I apologize. Union troops withstood the assault but retreated to a defensive position, which they would hold against repeated attacks over the next 2 days. On January 2nd, 1863, another Confederate assault was reapplied by overwhelming Union artillery fire, forcing Bragg to order a southern retreat with approximately 23,000 total casualties here at Stones River. This is one of the deadliest battles of the war. Rosecrans claimed victory, and the battle provided a much-needed boost to Union morale following their defeat at Fredericksburg, Virginia. I mean, can you imagine that? I mean, that many people died right here on these grounds during the Civil War. I mean, what a time to reflect how privileged we are, you know, to be standing here in this free country of ours thanks to our brave men and women overseas. Just an awesome feeling. Awesome feeling to live here in the good old US of A, guys. Don't take it for granted. River. So today what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the 1800s, since that's when the Civil War was definitely at its heat in the battle. So I'm going to make a cocktail that was created around the early 1800s, I believe down in New Orleans. It originally started as a brandy cocktail, and that is called the Sazerac, guys. A Sazerac's a pretty basic cocktail. You've got a couple ounces of brandy, which today we've kind of evolved that cocktail into a whiskey. So we're going to use a couple ounces of a whiskey, a little bit of absinthe, a touch of sugar, and a couple drops of bitters, guys. It's a pretty basic cocktail, but man, it's one of my favorites. And today we're also going to use a whiskey from that same time period that's actually local to Tennessee, really about 40 minutes from where I'm standing right here at the moment, down in Tullahoma. That's going to be called George Dickel. Now, a little history about George Dickel. He migrated to the States in the early 1800s from Germany. Later started distilling what was called then Cascades Hollow whiskey. He started selling that in the 1870s, passed away about 10-20 years later, and his wife took over the distillery, renamed it George Dickel in honor of her late husband. So we're going to make you a cocktail from the 1800s with a whiskey from the 1800s alongside a battlefield from the 1800s, the Civil War. So today I'm going to take you on an adventure. We're going to go through some old battlegrounds. We're going to go through a Civil War cemetery and through a village that is from that time era. So come along with me, guys. Let's have an adventure today, and I'm going to build you a cocktail that we're going to call the Stones River Saz. Let's get started, shall we? First thing you need is an absinthe rinse in your cocktail glass for a proper Sazerac. So we're gonna use a little bit of this Corsair here. Now this is a Nashville product, and they do a really good job with all their things. I'll do about a 1/4 ounce of this, and we're gonna just set this inside of this cocktail glass, and we're kind of gonna swirl that around and let that play in that glass a little bit. If you can smell this, it smells like licorice. It's delicious. I love black licorice. A lot of people don't like black licorice. Those are my favorites. When I was a kid growing up, I got all the little black jelly beans because my brothers hated them. And I got 3 brothers, so that was a lot of black jelly beans. Now what we're gonna do is add a couple ounces of George Dickel whiskey. So we're gonna add that right here in the shaker, because I'm gonna wanna chill this on some ice, guys. So we're gonna do a nice 2-ounce pour here. Also, you need a little bit of your sugar base, right? So we're gonna do just a 1/4 ounce of the sugar as well. Now what I need to do is get some ice in here, right? So got a couple different kinds of style of ice today, and this is just gonna be my smaller ice that I'm gonna use to chill the cocktail glass. And what we're doing here, purpose of this is, one, obviously we're gonna blend all these components together. Two, it's gonna just water it down just enough to kind of open it up and let all those ingredients play together. And now what I like to do is I like to have my bitters after I've swirled that part of it together. I don't want to overdo it here. So what I'm going to do is a little bit of the cassia bark once again. I told you guys I use this quite a bit in my cocktails because I really like it. And I also like to use the Woodford bitters line. They do a great job with their bitters. This is their spiced cherry bitters. If any of you are familiar with Luxardos at all, this definitely tastes like those Luxardos, the syrup that's in that. I like to add just a few dashes of this as well. This is my little secret ingredient, guys. And now I'm gonna swirl that again. Get all those to play real nice together. Now I'm gonna add my ice cube, and we're about done with this drink today, guys. I told you we're gonna keep this one simple. We got your spherical ball, and all we have to do now is empty the contents onto that nice ice cube. It has a great color there, I like it that. Loving that. And last but not least, you definitely need a peel of the old lemon. So we're gonna get us a nice bit of this skin here. Get all of that oil on that glass, that'd be right around the rim. Just kind of let that play in there a little bit, guys. That's a good looking drink. That's definitely what we're gonna call the Stones River Saz. Let's give her a sip and see what we're playing with here, guys. This is early, guys. This is Sunday. This is like 8:30 in the morning, and I'm having a cocktail before I even went to church. I don't know how I feel about that. That's so good. I might have to finish this before I head to church. I don't know. I love absinthe. Like I already said, I love the flavor of black jelly beans, and that's the first thing that I taste. The zest of the lemon actually comes to the backside of that wash. That's where I'm feeling it. And then you're definitely getting that little burn from the George Dickel. All in all, I think it plays great together. This is going to be episode number 6, guys. Stones River Saz. Enjoy.